I came to the law school with an intention to hone my skills to be in public service and was super focused on that. And as a matter of fact, after my first year at the law school, I became Howard Metzenbaum's issue director on his Senate campaign. And when he won, I went to Washington with him and I became his speechwriter for nearly 2 years. And that experience was transformational for me. At that time, I was 22 years old as Howard's speechwriter, and he was an amazing man and an incredible icon who cared only about working people in the state of Ohio. And I had the privilege of writing nearly every word he spoke for that 2 year period of time, which just furthered my commitment to public service. And the law school, when I came back, was just a great opportunity to hone all those skills. And, I was lucky enough to be there at a time when legends like Lou Katz were there. And so, my memory of the school was an ability to essentially allow me to develop skills which have served me for the rest of my life. So in my current role as CEO of Draper Richards Kaplan, I'm reminded every day about the urgency of the time we live in, and how fragile life is. And so that has had a major impression on how I treat my time and how I conduct my life. And so every institution I've been affiliated with, whether it's Dartmouth or Case or Harvard, I try to give back. I still teach at Harvard. And as a matter of fact, for about 6 years, I would commute from Boston or California to Case to teach second and third year law students how to do basic accounting. Because in my experience, having run two companies, public companies, the lawyers that we were using, had no experience in the actual finance and accounting that they were helping us draft S1s on. And so I just committed myself and at the time talked to the dean, and it was great. It was a wonderful opportunity to make sure that the students we were putting out in the world from the law school had the competency to be able to do the work that they were ultimately asked to do. And, that was just one part of an experience with the law school that was meaningful for me. And I still talk to the students I was teaching who regularly will come back and say, hey, by the way, I'm doing this. Can you talk to me? So again, it's all about intentionality. Again, life is fragile, it's short, and you want to make the greatest single difference you can while you're here. And the law school was instrumental in my life at that time, and I want to be instrumental for it. From law school, after my time with Howard, I ran for state assembly in New Jersey and narrowly lost. But again, it was the continuation of that commitment to public service. I then worked for what is now Deloitte as a senior consultant in the government and retail sectors, which was really powerful, again, at a fairly young age. I became a member of the Kresge Foundation in 2005, chaired our investment committee until I retired and from the board of Kresge this year, and ended up teaching at Harvard. And then in 2013, got recruited by Draper Richards Kaplan to be its CEO. This job that I currently hold is the best job I've ever had in my life. And we're reminded every day that though the world is full of challenges, a human being can make an enormous difference in the lives of others. And in fact, our portfolio of 243 companies is directly impacting nearly 400 million lives, all of whom are vulnerable populations across the world. And as you can see, this is what impact really looks like in life. Yeah, so I was honored to be included in the benchers, particularly because I am sure I am atypical. I'm not a judge, I'm not a practicing attorney. I didn't work for a conventional firm. And I think more than ever, it's vital that the legal community showcase people with different careers and opportunities. For just earlier today, I spent time with students trying to help them see that there are different paths they can go through that can be super rewarding and really meaningful. Uh, so I'm delighted to be part of this group, and particularly delighted because I want people to see that there are other pathways for careers. Well, I just finished writing a piece. We have our upcoming annual retreat in September, and I always do an opening letter that accompanies 200 pages that give our donor partners an understanding of the work that we've done. And that letter leads with 3 words: hope springs eternal. And the message I have for the legal community as I look forward is really not for the legal community. I mean, I think if there's nothing clearer than this idea that we are all connected, doesn't matter what you're doing, the externalities and the polarizations and the fragility of institutions today make us all participants. And this is a time when this is not a time to be on the sidelines. Everybody has to actively participate if we want to preserve this democracy that we have.